जिसकी रहमत उसके गज़ब पर सबकत रखी है, ये हदीस नबवी। मैं बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ तमाम मुमीन का, खसूस मौलाना रिजवान का, जिन्होंने मुझे मदूर करवाया। तकरीबन 20 से 25 मिनट आपकी समझदारी होगी और मौजू जिसका इंतखाब मैंने किया है इंग्लिश, बिकॉज मैंने ये सोचा कि मौलाना मेरे बाद अंग्रेजी में तकरीर करेंगे और वो तो इस वजह से मैं उर्दू में मिक्स्ड, आई विल स्पीक बोथ इन इंग्लिश एंड उर्दू। Absolutely, what I'll do is I'll say a few things in English and some in Urdu, so that's okay. So the purpose of the speech, I've just been instructed to talk in English a little bit, as much as I can do. So the plan is that what I want to take your 20 minutes is to talk about who are the friends and enemies of Ali today, and what is the criterion for us to figure out who's the friend of Ali and who's the enemy of Ali. This is the topic. So I'm a professor, I'm used to speak an hour or so, at least an hour long class, but I'll talk in about 20 minutes. But because it's going to be a transition, we heard such a beautiful poetry. So just for transition, I was immediately thinking about, I have to take you in a slightly different word, a little academic, a little philosophical. So I thought I'll at least have some poetry for transition, and then I'll go full throttle. So in poetry, ये है सैयद मोहसिन नकवी खूब शायर थे। ये शेर थोड़े से मुश्किल है, तो थोड़ी सी आपकी मुझे फोकस जरा ज्यादा चाहिए। तेरा लिबास शरीयत विला के धागे से, तेरा लिबास शरीयत विला के धागे से, अगर सिला ही नहीं तो फिर सिला भी नहीं, अगर सिला भी नहीं तो फिर सिला भी नहीं। अजीब मर्ज है बोझे अली वली जिसमें कोई दवा भी नहीं है और कोई शिफा भी नहीं। अंधेरी कब्र में, अब ये फिर सोचने वाला शेर है, अंधेरी कब्र में ये सोचना कि अजरे नबी, अंधेरी कब्र में सोचना कि ये अजरे नबी, वहां दिया जो नहीं था तो यहाँ दिया भी नहीं। अजरे नबी दिया नहीं था तो यहाँ दिया भी नहीं। बगैर इश्क़ अली तूने इस जमाने में तवील उम्र गुजारी है और जिया भी नहीं। अली वली के अदू और क्या सजा हो तेरी, नमाज पढ़ भी रहा है और हुई अदा भी नहीं। जिसे अली की मोहब्बत में मौत आ जाए, जिसे अली की मोहब्बत में मौत आ जाए, वो शख्स मर भी गया है मगर मरा भी नहीं। So now coming to the point. Now coming to the point, and I know you will be with me. So why it is important to know what is the criterion to figure out who's the friend of Ali and who's the enemy of Ali, and how to find them. What is the criterion? So I'll have ultimately 5 criterion for you to think about it. But first and foremost, let me tell you, and this I credit to a young girl today with whom I had a conversation before just coming here, and she is working as a strategist. She's daughter of one of the colleagues from here, and Gule Zahra, I want to credit her. She said, I asked her, so as a young person, what makes you really think how to frame the issues today? And she said, Uncle, the challenge is that the AI, artificial intelligence, has disrupted things in such a fashion that we cannot predict anymore what is going to be the tech world 1 year from now. And I was thinking, I prepared something entirely different for you today. And I said, okay, if AI is so disruptive and we hardly have a year that we can predict the next, the way jobs are going, the way economy is going, the way technology is going, if we cannot predict, then all the more reason we know what is our area of serenity, where is our area of security, where is our environment in which we can thrive and which we can operate confidently. And that's why I framed one way to figure that out is to figure out and to know who are our friends and who are our enemies. So the starting point is, who are our friends and who are our enemies? Dost kaun hai, dushman kaun hai? And in this criterion, what really helped me was the saying of the Prophet, which you have heard it so many times. But 2 or 3 of the hadiths, I'll frame it in front of you because I want you to look at these slightly differently. For tonight's reference, the most important one is Antum Mawla Fahaza Aliyun Mawla. All of you know it. We often forget the second part of it. Whosoever thinks Ali is their master, or whosoever thinks I am their master, Ali is also their master. But then there's a second word. Pray to God. O God, whosoever is the friend and supporter of Ali, support them. And whosoever is the enemy of Ali, be their enemy. So I had started the argument in this day and age where there is insecurity, where our identity is challenged, where you know exactly what is happening around the globe, and where our community, our worldview stands. We are under siege in so many ways. Intellectually, politically, security-wise. That's why it is important to know who's our friend and who's our enemy. And the Prophet has given us a criterion, because Prophet has made a prayer to God that is impossible to be rejected. And that criterion is, जिसका अली दोस्त है तू उसका दोस्त हो जा, जिसका अली दुश्मन है तू उसका दुश्मन हो जा. That's why our criterion will be, okay, we will find who is the friend of Ali and who is not the friend of Ali. That is our criterion to figure out who is our friend, whosoever is Ali's friend, because that prayer will not be rejected. ये clear है? ये framework, मेरा concept clear है? Okay. Now going to the second stage, we also have heard Ali is with Haqq and Haqq is with Ali. Just coming before Maulana Rizwan, I was taking this liberty. I was asking him, Maulana, please clarify me, what is the exact statement? It says, Ali Haqq के साथ है, Haqq Ali के साथ है, जहाँ Haqq Ali, जहाँ Ali है, परवरदिगार कहते हैं, वहाँ Haqq को, जहाँ Ali है. ये दूसरा क्राइटेरियन हमें मिल गया. हमें दूसरा क्राइटेरियन मिल गया कि जहाँ Ali है, इसका मतलब है हमारे दोस्त और दुश्मन वहाँ खड़े होंगे. Now coming to the 5 criterions, because I have my eyes on the time frame as well. 5 criterion, कैसे ढूंढेंगे दोस्त को? सबसे पहला criterion, the first criterion to figure out who the friend is, loyalty to the Prophet. Loyalty to the Prophet. Keep in view. Leave your slight. We all have our biases. Leave the biases on the side for a second. And of course, there's no bias in this. We often hear Ali Nabi se Nabi Ali se juda nahi hai. Ali Nabi se Nabi Ali se juda nahi. That is the criterion. Now to explain this, why the criterion, we are trying to find out in the world who we need to associate with. So the criterion is whosoever is loyal to the Prophet. That is the first criterion of friend of Ali and friend for us. Now I'll borrow briefly again a little bit of poetry, not take more than 2 minutes, but explain why the love of the Prophet, why. अब इफ्तिखार आरिफ फरमाते हैं, कभी कभी दिल ये सोचता है, ना जाने हम बेयकीन लोगों को नाम हैदर से रब्त क्यों है. कभी कभी दिल ये सोचता है, ना जाने हम बेयकीन लोगों को नाम हैदर से रब्त क्यों है. हकीम जाने वो कैसी हिकमत से आशना था, शजी जाने कि बद्र खैबर की फतह मंदी का राज क्या था. अलीम जाने वो इल्म के कौन से सफीनों का नाखुदा था. वो मेरे मौला की खुशबू में रचा बसा था, वो इनके दामाने आतिफत में पला बड़ा था. मुझे तो बस फकत ये खबर है. Prophet's only criterion, our only criterion is, yes, he was thriving in the battlefield. He was an intellectual giant. He was a great scholar. But what matters to us about Ali is that in his mind and in his heart, the love of Prophet was thriving. That's why ये अली, ये नबी से लॉयल्टी जो है, ये इसलिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. मुझे आपकी मदद इसलिए चाहिए कि मैं अंग्रेजी उर्दू दोनों के साथ कोशिश करूंगा इंसाफ कर. वो मेरे मौला की खुशबुओं में रचा बसा था, वो उनके दामाने आतिफत में पला बड़ा था, और इसके दिन रात मेरे आका के चश्मो अब्रू जुम्बिश लब के मुंतजिर थे. और रात को दुश्मनों के नरगे में सो रहा था तो उनकी खातिर, जदाल में सर से पांव तक सुर्ख हो रहा था तो उनकी खातिर. सो उसको महबूब जानता हूँ, तो सो उसको मकसूद मानता हूँ. सादतें उसी के नाम से हैं, मोहब्बतें उसी के नाम से. सलावत पढ़िए. अल्लाह So the first criterion, as I mentioned, loyalty to the Prophet. Second, because initially I prepared the speech in Urdu, so I borrow both the words. First is friendship and loyalty to the Prophet. Second criterion is friend, whosoever is friendly towards pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. Also someone who is a friend of Ali and who should be our friend. जो इल्म दोस्त है वो अली दोस्त भी है, जो इल्म दोस्त है वो नबी दोस्त भी है. And of course we remember the formula. Ana madinatul ilmi wa Ali babaha. I am the city of knowledge and Ali is the door. So first criterion, we are now all together in search for our friends. And these are the criterions of friendship. First, loyalty to the Prophet and love to the Prophet. Secondly, all those who love pursuit of knowledge. Number three, and in this pursuit of knowledge, I have a few quotes which are very, very popular and well known, but they are very insightful. And given the time, I'll just give you one quote from Najul Balagha. What this means. Muhammad says, knowledge and action in this domain of knowledge. What does knowledge mean? Knowledge and action go hand in hand. Muhammad says, knowledge and action go hand in hand. Knowledge calls for action. If you respond, knowledge stays, otherwise knowledge disappears. Because I have an Urdu translation of my own book as well, from which I am quoting, I'll repeat that as well. इल्म और अमल लाजिम व मंजूम है. जिसके पास इल्म है उस पर लाजिम है कि अमल करे. इल्म अमल को आवाज देता है, अगर जवाब आए तो ठहरता है वरना रुखसत हो जाता है. What does this mean? This means if you continue to say things rhetorically, if you're continuously doing great symbols, picking up symbols of Islam, you are great in rhetoric. But if your character is not reflective of your knowledge, then Imam Ali says, the knowledge will fly away. It will just be words. You'll be very good with those beautiful words, but these will be empty words without knowledge. This is the criterion. खाली नाराबाजी नहीं, दिल के अंदर अली की मोहब्बत मुजदन हो. अली की मोहब्बत मुजदन कैसे होगी? जिस वक्त आपका अमल वही है जो अली का अमल है. मैं एक मिसाल देता हूँ. मैं एक नजर बलागा में पढ़ रहा था कि मौला ने फरमाया कि जो मोमिन है वो कितनी भी तकलीफ और मुसीबत में क्यों ना हो, उसके चेहरे पे मुस्कुराहट होगी. ये पहचान है मोमिन की, कितनी भी तकलीफ में है. These are the criterions. और इन क्राइटेरियन को अब आपने अगर सुन लिया, दाद भी दे दी, और आपको हर वक्त देखते हुए हम कह रहे हैं ये कैसा करस्त आदमी है, गुस्से में ही रहता है, यह जो बात करता है इसके उससे बात में गुस्सा है. अब जितनी मर्जी वो अली से मोहब्बत करता है, मैं माजरत के साथ दर्ज करूं, ये काउंट नहीं होगी, मुझे लगता है एक्सेप्टेबल भी नहीं होगी, क्योंकि आपके अमल से मौला कह रहे हैं ना, मौला ने क्लियरली कहा है कि अमल नहीं है तो वो इल्म तुमसे रुखसत हो जाएगा. टोटली फसाद. हिपोक्रेसी क्या होती है? हिपोक्रेसी यही होती है, दुनिया जहां में सबके सामने नजर आ रही है. I'll move forward. The third criteria, पहला दोस्त है नबी का दोस्त, दूसरा है इल्म का दोस्त, तीसरा है इंसानियत का दोस्त. Your friend of humanity. मौला के कॉल है. Somebody went to Mawla and asked him, what is the criterion of leadership? And Imam said, it is service to humanity which prepares you for a leadership role. Someone else goes to Mawla and said, how do you define our friends? अब ये दोस्त पे बात आ गई. How do you define our friends? Imam said, people are of two kinds. Either they are your brothers in faith or your brothers in humanity. इंसानियत, इससे क्या बात निकली? इंसानियत दोस्त. वो तमाम लोग आपके दोस्त हैं जो नबी से मोहब्बत करते हैं, जो इल्म से मोहब्बत करते हैं, जो इंसाफ दोस्त हैं. अब आपने बाद में दोस्तों को खुद परखना है, चाहे वो कोई इंसान है, चाहे कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, चाहे कोई स्टेट है. जो इन क्राइटेरियन पे पूरा नहीं है वो आपका दोस्त नहीं है, क्योंकि वो अली का दोस्त नहीं है. The fourth criterion is again related to that, what I just mentioned, insaniyat dost, a friend of humanity, is insaf dost, which means friend of justice. Because that is what is something writ so large in the narratives and sermons and teachings of Ali. And by the way, I'll mention, I was just yesterday, I was asked, a strange topic was given to me by a friend for an event on Islam. They said, can you compare Ali with everyone else? This was my very dear crowd, was a Sunni friend. I said, do you really want me to do Ali? They said, no, we don't want anyone specific, we want general. And I said, all right, pick any 25 close companions. And then I corrected myself. No, please pick 50 top companions. Give me the sermons, writings, sayings, and wisdom of those 50 altogether. I'll hold that in one hand, and I'll have the sermons of Ali in the other hand. And you will see the difference. That is what the criteria is. Yeah, hey.